Alright guys, hello. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to send prompts, aka questions or commands to Claude AI using Python code. In my opinion, Claude AI Sonnet 4 is the best model on the market, and it always has been the best model. ChatGPT just has a lot of cool features alongside the model. So ChatGPT wins in features. Claude AI beats in text performance, like generating text and doing stuff. Claude AI beats ChatGPT every single time. But with the cool features they have, like the voice stuff or whatever, ChatGPT wins that. So, anywho, please watch my first video. This is part of a series on how to make AI and how AI works under the hood, like what makes it tick, how it operates, and just how to use it. Right, it's pretty much what this whole series is about. So please watch my first and second video so that you're caught up to speed on the series, and watch my previous video of this one to catch up. Cause I did the same thing but with ChatGPT. So yeah, but just to give y'all a rundown, because if you watch this out of series, it might be confusing, or you'll be fine, and this is exactly what you need. So, anywho, let's get straight into it.
In this video, I'm going to show you how you can get your Anthropic API key so that you can start leveraging the power of Claude inside your apps and automations. So to get started, you want to head to console.anthropic.com. Now, this is important to remember. This is different to your Claude account. So even if you have a paid monthly Claude account, you'll still need to go here to console.anthropic.com and create what is known as an Anthropic developer account. So when you're here, you can just basically sign up to an account. I'm just going to hit continue with Google, then signing up with my Google account. And now you'll basically be shown a quick onboarding to set your account up. So they're just going to ask for my name and some details. I'm just going to rush forward and skip through this. So just fill this one out. Now you can select whether you are an individual or an organization. So I'm just going to select individual in this case. Now, after you've finished the account sign up process, you'll basically land here, which is the main dashboard or console of the Anthropic developer account. And you can see here in the menu here, we can just simply select get API keys and then create key. Now it'll ask, you'll need to basically give your API.
Keep in mind, you can give it $1 to $5 to start using the API, but it's not for free. You have to pay for the API. If it is for free, you can look up how to get this API key for free, but I would be cautious of that kind of stuff. So just know that $1 and $5 goes a long way. Like, it's like 1 cent to talk to Claude AI one time. So $1 can let you talk to it 100 times, $5 let you talk to it 500 times, right? Via code. It's free when you use the website, but when you do it via code, you have to pay them. But like I said, this is for how to make AI and how to use AI, how to integrate AI. That's what this whole series is about. So this is part of the coding aspect of it. So yes, just keep that in mind.
Key and name. So I'm just going to select demo key, and you can also set up different workspaces, but I'm just going to use the default one and hit add. And that's it. We've now generated our API key that we can use to leverage Claude via API in our apps and automations. But very important, don't stop here. First of all, you need to make sure you save this API key somewhere, because Claude will basically, or Anthropic will only show you this once. But also number two is this API key will not work unless you add some credits to your account. So you need to head over to billing in the left-hand menu and then hit buy credits. Now, if you are a bit unsure, I recommend just starting with the minimum of $5. This will last you way longer than you think, and it's more than enough to get started building out your first apps and automations. Now, if this video helped you out in any way, be sure to give it a like. And if you want
Cool. So that's the first part that you need. Now the next part is pick your IDE. I'm using PyCharm for now. You can use Jupyter Notebook if you want as well, from Anaconda, like I showed you guys in my second video in this series. Or I'm waiting for it to load up so you can see me actually use this thing. Wow, that is beautiful. Not sure what the heck that was for. Okay, whatever. Anywho, yeah, go to new, kernel. Cool. You see, so you guys can use this as your IDE, or you can use just Replit. Where is Replit at? Well, 1 second. Replit right here. You guys can use Replit if you would like to use Replit, right? Wherever you want to place the code at. But I'm gonna use PyCharm, and like I said, things will make sense if you watch the previous videos in the series. If not, it's cool. Anywho, so first thing I need to do is pip install Anthropic. Pip install Anthropic. Anthropic. Cool, it's doing that. Matter of fact, I'm curious if it'll work in Jupyter Notebook because I have not done this in a while. No, I need to use the signal. There we go. Nope, it's this one. Pip install Anthropic. Yeah. Wow, I do remember how to use it. That's crazy. Cool, cool, cool. Right? See, same thing, guys. It just so first you gotta pip install it. Once you pip install it, it's done. Now this should work. And the API key that you created earlier, you copy and paste it here. Okay, it looks something like kind of like this, whatever. That's what it should look like in there. Okay, and then from there it should work, right? So pretty much copy and paste this code. If you're not a programmer, just copy and paste this, and then I'll explain it right now in detail. So just copy everything, whatever. First put your API key in there after you buy the credits and all that jazz. Next, this is like the gun. So in the essentially this function is like a gun that you create. So let's pretend like this whole code's a movie, right? You play the movie from beginning to end. But in the beginning of the movie, we introduce this gun and we create this gun for the movie, right? So in the movie, we create a gun and then we use that gun later on in the movie. That's kind of how this idea operates for creating a function like this, right? Model is the name of the model. So kind of like how there's a lot of different brands of water, right? Like Zephyr here is a famous water brand. There's different kind of brands of water, but sorry, that's actually not a good example. A better example is probably think about Toyota, or like, yeah, this is Toyota. Toyota makes a bunch of cars, right? Or Kia makes a bunch of cars, or Mitsubishi makes a bunch of cars, right? Or BMW makes a bunch of cars, and each car has a different model name. So BMW makes all the cars, and each car has a unique name under the brand. It's kind of like this. So Claude has this model name, right? Max tokens. Leave it at 1,000. Don't worry about that. It just means the amount of text that you can put inside of it. This is kind of equating to about like 800 words maximum. It's kind of saying that you can put inside. Kind of. Actually, no, that's not true. Just know tokens is like how many words you can put inside. It's not 1,000 words directly. It's way less than that. I think it's like 500 words this means. But you get the idea. There's just a limit how much you can send into it. Kind of like how this hole can only accept so much water inside at once. Like you have to, like, it has to fit it within this. Kind of like that. It's like a limit, essentially. So you don't waste all your money super quick. And then role user. This just means that you are a human using it. It lets them know it's not like a robot using it. It's a human using it. And content is the prompt. Prompt is like the bullet that you send to Claude, right? Let's say this function is the gun. Prompt is the bullet that you shoot, aka send to Claude to get a response back, and you want to use that response. So that's what content is, pretty much that bullet. You're sending the bullet. Cool. This is unpacking the response. So imagine Amazon, how they send packages to you after you make a request, you make an order. Amazon will send you a package back, and you need to unbox that. All this fancy stuff is just unboxing the box to get the response out from Claude, essentially, right? And you do whatever you want with the response, which is the text, right? Next, in the movie, now that we made the gun in the movie, we got our key set up. Now the user input, this line lets you talk to the computer, right? So when I'm typing here, stuff like that, the computer will actually take that information, wrap it up to send it to Claude. So imagine it's like a piece of paper that you're writing on, right? Like with your question, right? And we're gonna put that letter or that information inside the bullet to shoot it to Claude, essentially. And then this one is pretty much, and like I said, I'm explaining it in a second. And the response, yeah, this is the response. So this is pretty much showing you the GIF, that the response from Claude that was in the box that was shipped to you based on your request. And this just prints it. This just like shows it on this computer screen right here. So this is not gonna run because I'm not gonna show you guys my API key, but it should work when you run this. When you run it, you're gonna type here something and then hit enter. And when you hit enter, then it's gonna do the shooting. And this is a one-shot system, so it's not conversational. It's you ask it something, it responds, and that's it. It's not expecting you to say something else, and it doesn't remember. It does not remember the last thing you said to it. Okay, it's like a one-shot system. Okay, so now to explain this using this, so remember that the function is the gun, prompt is like the bullet that you send to Claude, and Claude would send back a response that's packaged up, and you unpackage that response, right? That's pretty much, and you do whatever you want with the response. You can show it, you can display it, you can use it for something, you can have it trigger something. A lot of time when you program with these models, you want to do some fancy stuff, the response of Claude will trigger an action to happen on the computer or your app or your business workflow. That's kind of how it works, right? And then, this is like the thing I was talking about, like the piece of paper, like that one function, right? This part, right? This part is the paper that we're gonna put inside the bullet. The bullet's the function itself, right? And this return, this return is this box right here, and it's unwrapping it, right? It's unwrapping it. That's what all that means, okay? So if you see here, who is this for? This is for Claude Sonnet 3.5, 3. Who's it from? Human, aka user. That's the role. Remember that role right there. And content is text found in user input. And user input, like I said, is when you activate this. After you put your API key in here, it's when you're gonna be typing down here. You're gonna be typing down here your stuff, and that will get written down into the letter. Once you hit enter, that wraps the letter up, puts it into the bullet, and then shoots the bullet at Claude 3 Sonnet, aka your request, like your question, your prompt, your command. It gets sent over and then shoots it back. And that's how this whole thing works. This will make more sense if you look at my previous video about doing this in ChatGPT, because that has a better that shows you how to do it. That shows you a better example of it running. But I'm not going to run it because I don't want to get another API key. But yes, pretty much. And then and if you want to learn how I know all this stuff with Claude Sonnet 3.5, if you go on this website right here, docs.anthropic.com/en/home, right? I don't know if y'all can see that. I'm assuming you guys can see that. Let me make sure y'all can see this. Yeah, whatever. This is what it looks like. Okay, this is the user address. Don't save, whatever. If you come here, it shows you how all this code works. Get started, prerequisites. It walks you through how all this stuff works, and you can just learn yourself how this API stuff works. API is pretty much how you can talk to these models using code, not just using the app, right? If I just go to Claude right now, Claude 3.5, right? This is for free, right? You can use it for free. I have the paid version, but you can type here without paying any money. But if you want to talk to this thing via code, which unlocks a lot of cool apps that you can do, right? Let's say you have like a video game app, and that video game app uses like one of the LLMs to make your character talk in a really unique, cool way. You can do that with with Claude and things like that. So there's a bunch of ideas out there. But like I said, continue watching the series, and yeah, guys. And if you want to learn AI one-on-one with me, or you want me to teach to someone else, or you want me to teach your whole department, teach your whole company on how to use AI, how to work with it, how to make processes with it, how to automate stuff with it, how to create your own, how to fine-tune them, anything involving AI. If you want to talk to me about it or learn from me more on a personal level, or have me come in to teach a group of people that you want me to show, my email will be in the description of the video below, or be somewhere in the link nearby. Don't be afraid to reach out to me. I've been doing this for 7 years, and I'm in love with this kind of stuff: statistics, math, AI, all that stuff, programming. It's really cool. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I appreciate you guys very much. Peace.